Welcome, traveler. You found third shift HFY. The story begins now. Power does not fall quietly. It cracks, splinters, and screams. And on the capital world of Concord, the scream began long before the war gods arrived. At the council chamber, the once majestic hall of Concord is chaos. Delegates shouting, lights flickering, panicked aides running between consoles.
The data world has gone dark. The science core is offline. How is that possible?
You said the weapon was stable. You said it would erase them.
Holographic displays flash red. Civilian districts erupt in riots far below. Crowds chanting, security alarms wailing.
System advisory. Wide-scale descent detected across 16 districts. Uprising probability rising.
The overseer stands at the center dais, hands gripping the railing until the crystalline ligaments in his arms crackle.
Order will be restored. The collapse of the silencer was an anomaly, nothing more.
His aide rushes forward with a trembling console bag.
Sir, we intercepted the Ark's trajectory. They're coming. Here.
A silence rolls through the chamber like a wave. Even the shouting dies. Delegates turn slowly, dread dawning in their eyes.
The war gods are really coming to Concord.
They wouldn't dare.
Aides exchange horrified looks. Alarms blare louder. Security fields falter. They dared, because mercy had been offered once, and Concord had answered only with theft, fear, and betrayal. A projection suddenly activates, an image of the Ark of Cinders entering the system, golden light flooding across the Council's orbital sensors.
That isn't a ship, it's judgment.
The Overseer slams a fist onto the console, voice cracking into rage.
Activate the Concord defense grid. Mobilize every ship. They will not reach this chamber alive.
He's interrupted by a system-wide flash. Every console in the chamber shuts off, then reboots with a single message on every screen. We are coming to speak. A whisper ripples through the hall. Not from the speakers, from the people.
They're not attacking.
They're coming for the truth.
And for the first time in 1,000 years, Concord feared not the gods' wrath, but their words. The Concord system awaited them, not with diplomacy, not with courage, but with the quiet terror of beings who have finally realized that their judgment day flies toward them on wings of gold. The Ark of Cinders glides into the system. Dozens of warships scatter into defensive lines, blue shields flaring like a last, desperate pulse. On the bridge of the Ark, Afara stands at the forward viewpoint, golden light outlining her armored form as the enemy fleet forms a blockade.
They're afraid, but fear does not grant them wisdom.
Indra steps forward, stormlight flickering beneath his armor.
Permission to clear a path.
Bellona's hands glide across her console, streams of data spinning around her.
Concord defense grid active. Multiple missile platforms. Ion nets. They intend to disable us rather than destroy us.
Indra scoffs, lightning snapping in the air behind him.
They still think they're fighting machines.
Afara lifts her hand slightly, enough to quiet both.
No unnecessary losses. Break their lines. Leave them breathing.
Indra bows his head, electricity curling around his arms like a leash pulled tight.
Understood.
Bellona glances up, crimson eyes pulsing.
Redirecting power to forward shields. Indra, Storm Vector is yours.
The Ark shifts course. Golden veins along its hull ignite. A cascade of blue-white lightning erupts from its prow, carving into the blockade like a celestial blade. The gods of humanity did not arrive in anger. They arrived in truth, and truth shattered Concord's defenses like brittle glass. Skies are made to protect worlds, but over Concord, the sky did not protect. It surrendered. The Ark of Cinders breaks through the upper clouds. Golden shockwaves ripple outward in rings. The blockade is shattered behind it, drifting like scraps of blue glass. Clouds ignited into gold. Ice crystals boiled into light. The heavens turned molten. On the Ark's bridge, Athara's expression is unreadable. A statue carved from human dreams.
Even now, they choose force over truth.
Bellona's hands flick through data streams. New signatures appear.
Residual constructs detected. Silencer fragments, alive but unstable. They're gathering above the city.
Indra steps to Athara's side, lightning flickering faintly behind him, like a storm forming restraint.
Say the word. I'll tear them apart.
No, they are remnants, confused, broken echoes. We do not strike them.
Below the clouds, thousands of white gold constructs drift in formation, but they are incoherent, many flickering, collapsing, trying to hold shapes they no longer remember. They were no longer weapons. They were ghosts trying to remember their names. Bellona's voice tightens.
Athara, these fragments have no directives left. They're afraid.
The constructs suddenly rise like a shimmering tide, not to attack, but to flee, scattering into the sky.
They're running.
Mercy saves more than force ever could.
The arc descends lower, golden light washing across Concord's capital. Sirens echo across the city. Citizens pour into the streets, staring upward in disbelief. And the people of Concord saw the sky break, not in ruin, but in revelation. Every empire has a moment where its walls stop feeling like protection and begin feeling like a cage. For Concord, that moment arrived when the war gods stepped through its doors. Concord's capital tower looms over the city. The arc descends like a second sunrise. Inside, the Hall of Concord. Delegates crowd the tiers, panic rippling through them. Guards form shaky lines around the central dais. They expected fire. Instead, they received silence. The chamber doors open with a slow metallic groan. Athara enters first. Indra follows, lightning twitching beneath his armor. Bellona glides behind them like a living equation. Inside the hall, the chamber falls utterly silent. Delegates stare, frozen in their seats.
You have no right to be here.
Athara stops in the center of the chamber, golden reflections swirling across her armor.
Truth has a right to stand anywhere.
One counselor rises, fists trembling with anger.
This is Concord's sovereign hall.
Then it will witness what it birthed.
Bellona steps slightly forward, data streams pulsing around her wrists.
Your sovereignty ended the moment you harvested what was not yours.
A wave of murmurs ripples through the chamber. Fear mixes with confusion. Another counselor speaks, voice wavering.
What did we take?
Athara's gaze rises to meet the crowded tiers.
Human minds. Broken, stolen, reshaped. The consul made a weapon out of grief.
The overseer rises from the central dais, cold rage cutting through the panic.
They were unstable remnants, nothing more.
Indra takes one step forward. The floor lights tremble.
Remnants! They were people!
A hush. Delegates stare at the overseer as if seeing him clearly for the first time. And in that single moment, it was not the gods the whole feared. It was the truth they brought with them. Truth is a blade sharper than any weapon, and in the Hall of Concord, the overseer finally realized he was unarmed. The chamber's alarms fade to a low hum as the overseer steps forward. The delegates watch him, some hopeful, some terrified, all desperate.
Citizens of Concord, do not be deceived by their appearance. These constructs are not saviors. They are the shadows of a violent species, bent on resurrecting annihilation.
Athara does not move. Her posture alone silences half the hall.
We resurrect nothing. You buried what you feared and called it peace.
Humanity chose destruction. They tore their own worlds apart. We simply contained the contagion.
Bellona steps forward, a soft hum of data orbiting her wrists.
Containment? You extracted consciousness. You wired grief into a weapon. You tore minds apart to control what you did not understand.
Murmurs ripple through the chamber. Delegates look at one another, horrified.
Lies! The silencer was a defensive measure. It was designed to...
Indra interrupts with a low, thunderous voice.
It was designed to erase us. You tried to finish the genocide you began.
The overseer turns to the crowd, desperate for support.
We acted for the greater good, for order, for the survival of the galaxy.
Athara raises her head slightly, her voice quiet but carrying like a verdict.
Survival built on stolen minds is not order. It is tyranny held together by the bones of the innocent.
Silence spreads. Delegates stare at the overseer as if seeing a villain unmasked. And just like that, the overseer's power cracked, not from force, but from the crushing weight of truth. The overseer steps back, trembling, no longer a ruler, just a frightened man. Power rarely ends with a whisper. On Concord, it ended with the sound of truth crashing through every wall at once. The chamber lights flicker. The delegates freeze as every hologram in the hall glitches, then stabilizes into a single icon, Archive Unsealed. A shockwave of murmurs spreads. Then the stolen memories appear, flickering scenes of human worlds, human voices, human suffering, torn from the silence's core. The collapse begins.
All this time, they hid everything, the whole truth.
Delegates rise from their seats, shouting, panicking. The overseer steps forward sharply, shouting over the chaos.
Silence. None of this is verified. This is manipulation, an attack meant to destabilize.
Bellona turns slowly toward him, her voice cold.
Verification unnecessary. These memories came from your weapon, from your theft.
The overseer panics. He rushes to the central console and slams his hand down, activating a hidden panel.
If the gods will not fall, then Concord will not fall to them.
The floor cracks open, revealing the final command, a catastrophic system override designed to collapse the capital's infrastructure rather than allow takeover.
You would murder your own world to escape judgment.
Indra steps forward, lightning slamming into the days, destroying the final command panel in a blast of blue-white light.
You can't! You have no authority!
Athara steps between him and the ruined control panel. Her voice is soft, deadly.
Authority was never yours, only consequences.
Bellona raises a hand, sending a ripple of data through the entire chamber.
Concord network, disengage.
Every hologram freezes, then collapses into cascading gold light. Across the city, power grids flicker out. Defense systems deactivate. Surveillance falls silent. Delegates stare around them, stunned, powerless. The gods did not overthrow Concord. Concord unraveled itself the moment truth took the throne. Athara turns toward the overseer, who now stands shaking, small, exposed.
Please, don't do this.
Athara lowers her head, almost gently, like one giving a eulogy.
We do nothing. You have condemned yourself.
Silence. The chamber is still. The overseer collapses to his knees. And so Concord fell, not to wrath, but to the truth that tried so desperately to bury.